Hey everybody, what's going on? Emo Tempest here, and we're back from Nightmares card of the week. As we knew it already, it is Relm. In fact, it's pretty. I think it was pretty obvious, but this one looks both funny. And I don't think I've ever seen this art. I don't know what she's writing. I don't know if it's one of those FF6 mechs that like you see at the beginning or something, just like a chibi version of it. But anyway. Yeah, Kageyama's here to tell us about it, and he does comment on its very whimsical artwork that depicts her in a very cute way. It is very cute, I will agree. But yeah, let's get right into the card, guys. So, Relm, Category 6, Pictomancer, Ice and Water. When Relm enters the field, select one of the two following actions. Choose a monster from your opponent's break zone, play it onto the field. Or during this turn, if your next summon of cost 4 or less cast from your hand is put into the break zone, remove from the game instead. Then cast it again without paying cost. Yeah, so when I first read this one, I was pretty like, I had to like read it again obviously because it is pretty insane. So the monster thing. Well, before I get into it, I'll just highlight what Kageyama goes over. He talks about the first effect as well. We know some of the common ones are Typhon and Atomos, or in wind mostly. Krista, I personally don't see a lot of play, but I like to use Armin, and then we do see Cerberus sometimes. So these are a few ones. I think missing from this list of the common monsters you'll see are Worm, Echidna, and Tros. So, and if we're playing water or ice, I think he mentions Biblos down here as well. Or water, ice, those are very important, right? I'm not saying, we aren't already playing those cards, but I think the, part of it is also helpful to our list. But yeah, stealing any of these is always great. I think the Typhon, my concern with stealing wind cards would have to be that there's a way maybe to send them back to my hand or something. I don't know. So it's just if they go back to their cards, we don't want that. So the first effect is interesting. I don't think we've seen any groundbreaking monsters yet, so from the new stuff that allows me to worry about this. Now the summon part is, I think, the most interesting part of this card. Kageyama also goes on to talk about like some of the few options. He refers to Sildra, which I think is also insane. If they weren't like, if they were on the fence about banning Sildra already, and if they've been, still in that area, if they're still sitting on that fence, I think after they see how much Relm can actually put in work for that, yeah, I just think Sildra might actually get banned now. But he also talks about Kuchulain, which one of the newer ones, which I think is interesting. And then if you're able to cast it, you have Brynhildr, which you can target two things twice, target one thing twice for 5k and draw 2 cards. He mentions Aramu, which I don't think is the best option, but I guess very interesting. But yeah, let's talk about it, man. What summons? I did have this pulled up too. My first thought went to Mind Flayer, honestly. I don't think being able to cast Mind Flayer twice for free is just great. Like, I like to do that already in some of my lists. But man, oh man, am I going to steal so many cards with this deck. Leviathan is also another interesting one. I only highlighted these colors because, just to stay on theme. I'm sure we can dive into it. The other one that, if you guys haven't noticed already, and shout out to the, I saw it first on their, the Forwards of Light page, Twitter, I think. Ice has a board clear now, technically. Deal each forward opponent's controls damage equal to half of its power, round up. Assuming there's no, like, doesn't take damage XXX reasons. This is pretty interesting. I used to play Lich a long time ago for when I want to say not Genova, but the other one. I don't know. One of those ice cards used to come in and deal like half damage or round up as well, and then do this, and used to Renoa that or play this as well, and so that was fun. But yeah, just some really interesting stuff. I know it's really just Sildra. I think Chivalry might be interesting, but not super interesting. Like, yeah, those are the actually one that's not here because we can't because it hasn't been added to this list is the new Leviathan. If you guys haven't read it yet, it says send a forward back and your opponent can't cast it or something like that. I think Josepher was the one who revealed it. And so that's crazy, right? In one turn, I can cast that summon twice. Send 2 forwards back, in theory. And my opponent cannot play both of those forwards next turn at all. Right? So it's like, it's double lockdown. It's double prohibition for a turn, which is crazy. I know there's other colors, and I'm sure there's a deck where you're going to be playing multiple colors to get, advantage for some of that. Like, just going into some of the other colors real quick. Alexander would be cool, breaking backups, breaking multiple things. I think we can do Hecaton as well, the cheap Odin. Valifor, stuff like this to bring back your, activate all your backups, do something in between, then activate your backups again. The list can go on with some of these crazy plays. I think you could, Miss Dragon him and then draw a card and then protect something. I don't know. Yeah, there's so many interesting things. So many reasons to want to play this card, I think. And so Titan too, you can plus 5k the board and kill something, which I like. Or you can Salamander twice, which is also good. Deal 10k to everybody. Yeah, I think that's it. Again, we could go deeper, but it's a very cool card. I know we've seen some interesting summons already too, so very, very powerful. Now, how crazy are we gonna go for this one? I'm not sure. The reason I say that is because 6 has been in an up and down power spike several times, right? At some point everyone's playing it, then some points no one's playing it, and then we get a bunch of cards for 6, but we don't play 6. I'm not saying it's a bad deck, but and these colors are not very strong at the moment, combined anyway. Like independently, they're very good, yes, but messing around with them, they just lack something, right? They lack a little removal, in my opinion, especially when you're trying to go for certain play styles. And so we'll see where this takes us. It's a very good card. I'm not bashing it in any way, but I'm excited. Oh, we did get a Mog 6, I think, that's coming in these colors too, so that's exciting. Maybe it will. Maybe ice, water ice, or ice water, however you want to say it, gets a boost this time around. But yeah, next time Rochelle will be introducing to all water element, to a water element warrior of light. So I think that's a Refia and the other guy, I can't remember his name right now, or maybe Sarah's. Some of those, one of those backups. Who knows? Let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on this card? Any interesting takeaways? Are you excited for this and the new Mog? And have we gotten 3 water cards back to back? Or this will be the 3rd card, right? Oh no, we skipped for lightning, but we have Yuna this one, and now we're getting another water for it. Man, exciting water stuff. We love it. Anyway, yeah, share your thoughts in the comments, guys. Hope you enjoy. See you next time.